What does a day in the life of a missionary look like? Today I'm going along with two other of my OMF missionary colleagues to the Mae Taa Valley in Lamphun province. It's a place with the highest percentage of suicides in all of Thailand. There are 16 different villages in this valley, all of them without a church, but with richly decorated Buddhist temples. As far as we know, there's only a small handful of Christians from which we will meet with most of them today. We begin our day with Jack. Jack recently became a believer. Jack had a stroke 6 years ago and was partially paralyzed on the left side of his body. A few months ago, I took a group of Thai Christians along with me to go evangelize. We met Jack at this market stall and shared the gospel with him. Jack wanted to be healed when he heard the Bible describe how Jesus could heal all disease. Despite being prayed for, healing each and every week, he's still paralyzed. But his knowledge and faith are growing every week. The people in his village warn him about meeting with us. They say we're nice, but we might steal him and sell his body in the market. They also put pressure on his faith, but he holds out. Every week, Jack is visited and a new Bible story is shared and discussed with him. And so, here's ministry happening in an open market stall outside of a Buddhist temple. We see God at work. In another village at Uncle Sawat and Aunt Sawang's house. My coworker and I went to this area praying that God would lead us to a people of peace. We stopped at this shop to inquire whether this owner knew if there was any Christians in the area. Uncle Sawat was surprised. "I'm a Christian," he said. Years ago, Uncle Sawat had a church on a nearby mountain he was able to attend where he went to with his wife. But many years ago, the church was closed down to a lack of having a pastor or a shepherd desiring to lead it. They haven't attended church in over a decade and can hardly read. We visit them every week and go through Bible verses, Bible stories with them. They were also given an audio Bible to listen to. Even with their eyes not healthy enough to read, we encourage them to listen to God's Word throughout the week. And sharing the gospel takes place in the open air. Sometimes a stranger joins in to listen, but often people run away quickly when a Bible comes out of the bag. A few weeks ago, a man who usually runs away stayed and listened to a Bible story. On the last stop of the day is another village. We visit Mae Taa, who has a similar story to Uncle Sawat and Mae Sawang. Mae Taa used to drive her moped to the city every week to go to church, 1 hour there and 1 hour back. But she's too old now and it's too dangerous for her to drive a moped that far to the city. The whole village knows she's a Christian, and because of that, my colleague and I were able to find her. Mae Taa sews clothing. Every 10 days she sews about 1,000 pieces of clothing, and they're picked up from her house by a local clothing factory, and she receives about 7 baht per shirt, the equivalent of around 19 cents per shirt. Today, Derek shared his testimony with this woman, and in response, Mae Taa shared her life story and her search for God with us. So the day is over now. We drive back home and are grateful for the work God is doing. It was a beautiful day, but tiring every time, physically, mentally, and spiritually. It's a place where the kingdom is still coming, but it's an area where it's not welcomed with open arms. Will you pray along with us for the recovery of Jack's health so that he can go back to work again? That Uncle Sutap and Mae Sawang's children and grandchildren will come to faith, and that they will all grow in their faith.